Yeah, I'll react to that, sure. Hey guys, welcome back. I just want to show a little love to the all the Australian, New Zealand. I've gotten a lot of South African subscribers recently. I'm assuming that's because of going into, different sports that aren't common in America, like rugby and cricket. So saw someone comment saying you should react to was it the AF, like like some there's a difference between, like, there's an Australian football that's not rugby and it's not soccer, or how what Americans know as soccer. So it's not, European football. It's not football in America. It's not rugby, or is it some kind of rugby? So I'd be interested to learn about that if that's a separate thing. Got James Cook up here. I think he was actually a guest on the over here, not related to any content, went way far back, a few months ago. Okay. If you are new to the channel, hello, my name is Connor. Nice to meet you, sir or madam. I like to learn about history through YouTube recommendations. The original link to the video will be at the top of the description below. Right below that will be the link to the Discord. Go over there. Love for you to join the family. Pull up a chair. More the merrier. We're mostly nice. Love to have you. Okay. Let's do it. Yeah, so I just typed in, I want to learn about Australia. I typed in, is there sort of like a 4th of July, like an Independence Day for Australia? Or I just typed in like Australian holidays, and this one and Anzac were like for Australia Day and Anzac Day. There were a few others. But yeah, all right, let's find out. Not a very long video. Click view is the channel. I mean, good like, dislike. Understanding Australia Day. All right, I am clueless. I didn't really even look it up. Not out of laziness or disrespect. I want to... Should I have maybe... Let's go. Hope you're all doing well. If you're not, that sucks, but don't worry. You'll be good soon. Let's find out. I had a wedgie. Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander viewers are advised this video contains images of people who have died. Is this like a... Did I hear about this? Like there's what's it called? Not a taboo, a tradition where... Is it because like they don't like... I'm not sure. I thought I saw a documentary about going to Aboriginal Australians and showing them photos, and maybe they weren't, so maybe that's unrelated. All right, let's go.
Australia Day is one of the biggest national celebrations observed in our country. Many people celebrate the day in different ways and for different reasons, while some don't celebrate it at all. So why is Australia Day so significant? And what does it actually commemorate? To understand Australia Day, we need to go back in history and look at what happened in the year 1770, when Captain James Cook and his crew landed at Botany Bay in Australia, after sailing from their home in Great Britain. After arriving, Captain Cook sailed the east coast of Australia and drew the first map of New South Wales to take home to Britain. This would pave the way for further British interest in the country we know today. 18 years later, in 1788, Captain Arthur Phillip and his crew, who were on board the First Fleet, sailed into Port Jackson. The fleet was made up of 11 ships, who travelled from Britain to Australia to start a new British colony. On the 26th of January, Captain Arthur Phillip raised the flag of Great Britain at Sydney Cove, marking the beginning of Australia's first British colony.
So January, that's like dead summer for you guys, right? So that's probably when... I know it's not related, but... So the hottest months of the year are kind of February, January, I'm guessing?
That is why Australia Day occurs on this date every year. And people celebrate it because it marks the beginning of modern Australia. However, before Captain Cook or Captain Phillip set foot in Australia, a thriving indigenous population had already occupied the land for more than 60,000 years. Despite this, the First Fleet took possession of the land and declared it property of Britain. This is why many consider celebrating Australia Day on the 26th of January distasteful. Although that day created a new home and country for many people, it also meant the invasion and mistreatment of Indigenous peoples.
Can I just say this? It might be controversial to a lot of people, but it's. I mean, no. I'm just going to say that the thing about, obviously this is very similar to Americans pushing out. Americans were probably more brutal and ruthless in pushing out the native land, but oh god, dislikes and angry comments incoming. I know, but it's my thoughts. Is that whenever there is this sort of day of whether it's an Independence Day or just the time when a colonizers arrived, or when some tribe celebrates the time they took over an area, this is the case. I'm not defending atrocities, they're awful. This is the case for every human civilization that has ever been created. It happened by going into a place where other people were, and through warfare, most of the time, taking it. The idea that anyone in the world today can claim that they didn't take their land from someone else in the past, it's just impossible. And so I understand that, especially in recent times, we have to acknowledge the terrible stuff America has done, Britain has done. I just that always just kind of comes to my mind with this. No disrespect. Do what you want in the comments. That's just my thoughts.
Already living in Australia. Rather than a celebration, Australia Day is seen as a day of mourning for the loss of land, language, culture and family that Indigenous Australians have suffered.
I'm not saying that's not an important thing. I just feel like people don't look at the fact that this is what happens throughout all of history, and that you can't point out, like, shame Australia for something that everyone is, oh god.
And which
I'm
is
posting
still
it,
felt
whatever.
today. Because of this,
But this
many
is,
people refer
of
to
course,
this
a day of mourning is something to still, I think is reasonable.
as Invasion Day, Day of Mourning, or Survival Day. Over time, the reason for celebrating Australia Day has changed. Now, Australia Day is often seen as a celebration of the many great things that make up our country. Unique landscapes, cultural diversity, shared traditions, and our friendships and families. It's also seen as a day to commemorate our rich Indigenous cultures. What does Australia Day mean to you?
I'm learning. Awesome video. I'm thinking about just going right into the next one. I'm going to separate it into two videos. So that was an awesome video. It taught me a lot for such a short video. And I'm going to start the next one right now. Just separate it into two. See you guys next time.